Hello everyone. So I welcome you here in the third part of the chapter, the story of village Palampur. That is the first chapter of economics from class 9th. So here in this video we are going to study about the farm activities. How farming is done in village Palampur. So there are different aspects. One by one we will study about the farming activities of Palampur. Now the first topic is land is fixed. Land is fixed means the land for agriculture, the land for cultivation is fixed. 75% of the people who are working, they dependent on agriculture or some farm activities. Because farming is the main occupation of the people who are living in village Palampur. These people may be farmers or may be farm laborers, but in total they depend on farming activities. And since 1960s, the land under cultivation has not increased because land area under cultivation is fixed. That cannot be improved, that cannot be increased much. Though the people of village Palampur have converted some wasteland into cultivable land, means they have started cultivation on the wasteland of previous time. They have converted that wasteland into arable land or cultivable land. They have started cultivation, agriculture there. But the scope is not enough high because no other land is there that can be converted into cultivable land. So land is fixed and 75% people of village Palampur are engaged in farm activities as laborers or as farmers, and land is fixed. So this is the common kind of information, a basic kind of information regarding the land of village Palampur, how people are engaged on this land. Now you have to see the unit of land. In the blue box you are going to see that the standard unit of measuring land is hectare. Though in the villages you may find the area being discussed in local units such as bigha. You know, bigha is a local unit for measuring the land. Another local unit of measuring the land is Guintha. So these are the two names which you have to remember for 1 mark questions. And 1 hectare equals to area of a square with one side measuring 100 meters. Means if you want to see 100 meters one side and 100 meters the another side in a square form, that is called a hectare. 1 hectare of land. So this is a common information regarding the agriculture and land measuring. Now we are on second topic, that is there a way one can grow more from the same land? Now on the basis of previous aspect that land is fixed, how can we increase the production? How can we grow more out of the same piece of land? Because we do not have another piece of land to add in the cultivable land. We have the fixed land. So now the topic is, if the population is increasing and if we need more from that same land, so is there any way to increase the production from the same land? Let's see. So here, in the kind of crops grown and facilities available, Palampur would resemble a village of the western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. ऐसा लगता है कि ये जो विलेज हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ये कुछ उत्तर प्रदेश के वेस्टर्न साइड यानी वेस्टर्न यूपी का कोई विलेज लगता है, जहाँ पर सभी टाउन्स और विलेजेस अच्छे मेटल्ड रोड्स के साथ कनेक्टेड हैं, जहाँ पर फार्म एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं, मोस्टली लोग जो है एग्रीकल्चर पर डिपेंड करते हैं, और बहुत तरह की डेवलप्ड काइंड ऑफ फैसिलिटीज़ वहाँ पर हैं। वहाँ पर ट्रांसपोर्ट फैसिलिटीज़ भी अच्छी हैं, वहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सभी के पास है। सो एनी हाउ, सो लेट्स सी, क्या कोई हमारे पास रास्ता है कि हम एग्रीकल्चर का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ा सकते हैं या कुछ ज़्यादा हम उससे पैदा कर सकते हैं। ऑल द लैंड इज कल्टिवेटेड इन पालमपुर, नो लैंड इज लेफ्ट आइडल, यानी कोई भी जमीन बेकार नहीं है, सभी जगह पर खेती होती है और किसी ना किसी पर्पज से उस लैंड को हमने यूज किया हुआ है। जो वेस्ट लैंड थी उसको भी हमने अरेबल यानी कल्टिवेबल लैंड में कन्वर्ट कर लिया है। और 1960s के बाद वहां पर अब कोई और बड़ा स्कोप नहीं है कि हम कोई और लैंड गांव के अरेबल एरिया में या कल्टिवेबल एरिया में ऐड कर सके। सो हियर ड्यूरिंग द रेनी सीजन, you know that rainy season starts with the kharif type of crops like rice. Farmers grow jowar and bajra there. These plants are used as cattle feed. Cattle feed, you understand? We use domestic animals like cows and buffaloes, which are the milching animals. So that is called cattle. So cattle is fed on jowar and bajra, which is cultivated in rainy season, and it is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. So these are the different types of crops you are watching here, that jowar, bajra, potato, and some rabi crops also are there which start with October and December. In the winter season, means when winter comes, the different types of crops are started to be cultivated, like wheat. Wheat is the main crop of Rabi cropping season, and farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and they sell the surplus. What is surplus? Means after the meeting of the family needs, the left amount of wheat is sold in the market. So that is called surplus. Surplus wheat is sold in the market of Raiganj. Raiganj, you know that we have studied, is a large or small town nearby. A part of the land area is also devoted to the sugarcane, which is sugarcane is the another crop which is harvested once every year. You know that sugarcane is the annual crop which is harvested once a year. So sugarcane in its raw form or as jaggery is sold to traders in Shahapur. So these are the very important aspects of village Palampur about agriculture, and those can be raised in 1 mark questions. So you have to remember what is sold in Shahapur to traders, that is sugarcane, and what is surplus, that is sold in Raiganj, that is wheat. Okay, so now the main reason why farmers are able to grow these different crops in a year is Palampur is due to the well developed system of irrigation. As we have studied in the previous video, that Palampur village is a kind of developed village with all such important facilities like road transport, electricity, and nearby small towns and irrigation facilities, because they have some tube wells in their fields, and electricity they have to run those tube wells. So Palampur village is full of all such kind of facilities. So irrigation is good there. So the farmers of Palampur are able to grow these different types of crops which require more water through irrigation. So they have a very well developed system of irrigation, that is tube well irrigation, and electricity is also there. So its major impact was to transform the system of irrigation. Persian wheels were used by the farmers to draw water from the wells and irrigate small fields. People saw that the electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger areas of the world. Now it is discussed that Persian wheel type of technique of irrigation has been an old system. Now they have introduced electricity, and with the help of electricity, now they are capable to irrigate their fields with the tube wells. Now farmers started setting up private tube wells. No, by mid 1970s, the entire cultivated area of 200 hectares. So here the information is there. Entire cultivated area is 200 hectares. Hectares is abbreviated as HA in small letters. So here see, in blue box, another information is given here to you. All the villages in India have such high levels of irrigation. Means with the help of such example of Palampur, you are being taught that villages in India are very well developed in terms of irrigation facilities. Apart from the riverine plains means those plains which lie nearby the river basins, like Haryana plain, Punjab plain, Uttar Pradesh plain. So these are the plains which are called riverine plains. Coastal regions in our country are well irrigated also. The Deccan Plateau have low levels of irrigation because it is high elevated area. Of the total cultivated area in our country, a little less than 40% is irrigated even today. In the remaining areas, farming is largely dependent on rainfall. So this is the basic information regarding irrigation data of our country, that out of the total cultivated land, 40% is under irrigation and 60% cultivable land depends on rainfall. So even today, so we have developed so many things, but due to some natural circumstances and physical characteristics, we are unable to develop irrigation facilities in those areas where it is very difficult, like Deccan Plateau. So now we have come to the another aspect, to grow more than one crop. Now we have come to reach the answer of that question which is raised in the second point, that is there a way one can grow more from the same land once we do not have another piece of land to add in the agricultural or cultivable land? Yes, there is a way. Now we have known it, that irrigation is the method with which we can increase the farm production. While we do not have different kinds of other sources, so irrigation is enough to help us out. Now to grow more than one crop on a piece of land during the year is known as multiple cropping. As you have seen the example of Palampur, that sugarcane is cultivated there, wheat is cultivated there, potato is also cultivated there, and some other forms of crops also are cultivated there as per the Rabi crops and the Kharif crops like rice. Paddy is also cultivated there. So when a farmer cultivates different types of crops to grow more from that piece of land is called multiple cropping. The farmers are not cultivating the field with the same crop whole the year. the farmers are not doing the cultivation of wheat or cultivation of rice. They are cultivating their fields with different types of crops. So this is called multiple cropping. It is the most common way of increasing the production. So here we have got the answer, that what is the first way to increase the farm production with the same piece of land, that is multiple cropping. All farmers in Palampur grow at least two main crops, like rice in Kharif and wheat in Rabi, at least two. And many other farmers are there which also practice of cultivation as a third crop, that is potato, or many other crops like sugarcane. They cultivate but that is annual crop, that is harvested once every year. So here in the picture you can see that wheat, bajra, sugarcane and potato. Rice also is missing here. So that those are the major crops which are grown in the village Palampur. Now you can see table number 1.1, that is cultivated area over the years. Cultivated area in million hectares. Now this is all about the agriculture, and the source is Pocket Book of Agriculture Statistics 2017, that is from Directorate of Economics and Statistics, Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. So here we can see the cultivated area, how it is increasing and it is stagnant. In the very first phase of 50 to 51, it was 129 million hectares. In 1991, it raised to 157, and then after it started decreasing. Why it is decreasing? Because from agricultural area we have started converting for roads, settlements, establishment of factories, etc. So we will discuss these things in detail further. Now you can see the second point. It is very important to increase the area under irrigation. Now it is a question, we have to answer it. Answer is very simple, because population is increasing and we have to increase the production from fields as a food crops for these increased population. Now next point is, you have read about the crops grown in Palampur. Fill the following table based on information on the crops grown in your region. So you have seen that one way of the increasing production from the same land is by multiple cropping, as I told you right now. The other way is to use modern farming techniques. The other method to increase of farm production from the same land is using modern farming methods. What are the modern farming methods? So this is the table which you have to complete on your own, and you can find out the answers from the given text. So these in a picture, these are the modern farming methods. You can see all such modern farming methods at a glance. Number one is HYV seeds, that is high yielding varieties of seeds. By converting the gene or genetic technology, genetic information, the gene revolution is responsible for these high yielding varieties of seeds, which can increase the production of same piece of land, which could not possible before HYV seeds. Number two is fertilizers, means chemical fertilizers like NPA or urea, which are used to increase the production of crops in agriculture. Pesticides, means which help us to remove the pests from our plants of crops. And number three is dams. Construction of dams provides us irrigation facilities and electricity both. Means the irrigation is the main heading, which is done with the help of canals, pump sets or tube wells, and dams. With the help of dams, tube wells and canals, we are doing irrigation, and with the help of dams also we are generating electricity, again which is used to run those tube wells for irrigation and many other purposes in farming. So these are the important modern farming methods or inputs which can be used to increase the farm production. Now another important modern farming method is farm machinery. Farm machinery like tractors, harvesters, combined machines, threshers, and many other tools and machines are there which are used nowadays in agriculture for increasing the production and for doing those farm activities faster. With the less labors, we can do more work in a smart way. That is the modern way of farming. So with the help of diesel, we can use generators, we can use engines, we can use different machineries like tractors. So these all are the modern farming methods which can be used to increase the farm production from the same piece of land. So now here you are seeing one word, that is yield. Yield is the production of a crop per unit of the land. Means before the HYV seeds, yield of a particular crop was very less, but after the introduction of HYV seeds, the production of crop has been increased enough. So this is very important to understand that HYV, high yielding varieties of the seeds, are very important to increase the farm production. So here we have seen the modern farming methods which can help us to increase the farm production. Here some questions are given here. Let's see what these are. So what is the difference between multiple cropping and modern farming methods? You can find out the answer that multiple cropping means cultivation of fields with more than one crops, and modern farming method is when we use HYV seeds, mechanization or methods of irrigation or different pesticides and fertilizers. Now the following table shows the production of wheat and pulses in India, and you have to answer those questions with the help of the given text. Now what is the working capital required by the farmer using modern farming methods? A working capital क्या है? We have studied in the very first part of this chapter that working capitals are money and raw material. And here in modern farming methods which we have studied recently, modern farming methods include the working capital like pesticides, fertilizers, diesel and HYV seeds. These are the working capital which are used in modern farming methods, and electricity also. So here we have come to the third point, that is, will the land sustain? Without with the using of these modern farming methods, can the land be sustained for a longer period of time? As you know that green revolution and gene revolution have played an important role in irrigation and agriculture itself and farm production. So in this way we are doing such a kind of activities which are very harmful for sustainability of the land. So now the next important question be raised here, that will the land sustain with the help of such modern farming methods? So let's answer, let's know whole about it in the next part of this chapter. Thank you.